Hi all, welcome to this Leeds prediction video for the ratings for FIFA 21. This one's going to be a little bit tricky, I feel, for a number of reasons, but we're going to still give it a bash regardless. So if you guys like to be awesome, sub to the channel. If you're new, follow me on Twitter at @GIsALegend. All links are down below for posts on channel and social media links as always. And comment down below who you think should be, like, say, gold, silver and so forth, and also with any potential transfers that they may bring in could help their cause as well. Now, I know for this kind of team I've made it a little bit harder on myself because of some players have not put to gold, despite maybe try to stick to the usual +3 rule, but at the same time, even though if I've sometimes went beyond +3, then it's my own kind of undoing. But starting off in net, we've got Meslier. He's 66 rated. We've given him quite a hike up to 71, mainly because he's came into the team after the whole Kiko Casilla shambles, and he did a very good job for the team. And I feel as a result of that, he may experience an upgrade, and also I think he's permanent now as well, which will help his cause. But obviously, time will tell, of course, if that makes any difference or not, but I still suspect he will get an upgrade. Then Ayling, we have upgraded of 2. As I said, if they do the +3 rule, then he may do enough to sneak in as a gold, but I thought I'll play it safe, go for +2 for now. But he, if he goes to 75, then it helps matters for the league SBCs, because if he's a silver 74, he's going to cost an arm and a leg. But usual, as we say, +2s across the boards and whatnot for him. Alioski, we have went with +3 on him to 74. I'm hoping he goes just enough to gold, but I honestly felt like I was on the cusp. Do I go +3 or do I go +4? You try to factor in game time, goals, assists, clean sheets, all those kind of factors with each individual player, but we'll see how that progresses. Cooper should do more than enough to sneak in as a gold. At least I feel at least 76 he is deserving of it. I don't see him going much higher, but I wouldn't be surprised if obviously they want to give the Leeds team quite a significant boost due to them being promoted. Then from there we move over to the Dallas, for what I see, seems to be a right back. Obviously this is why I think Ayling I didn't put to a gold, is because Dallas has been playing quite a significant amount of game time as well in the team, kind of like right back, so he's been boosted at +5. That's kind of a big reason for it, but obviously we will see what happens with him. Now the biggest debate is Calvin Phillips. What rating will he be? I only went +2. I know I should have probably went +3 on the usual rule that we've been kind of talking about, but he could go higher, even like 78, 79. It depends who they want to kind of boost him accordingly. He could be someone that is, say, 70 plus stats for everything, so like 70 pace, 70 shots, 72 passing, 72 dribbling, say 75 defending, and say 85 physical. It would be a pretty nice card actually for a starter team if he was like, say, 79 rated. But as I said, it's hard to kind of predict where they're always going to go with everything, so factor that when you're putting it together. Klich, Glitch, or how you pronounce it, I never get his name right, even though it looks quite simple in theory. I've put him to a gold. He's been on the cusp a few times, I think, of like informs in FIFA 20, but we feel he's worthy of a gold regardless, and he could easily be a rare just because of like Nation League and so forth for him. Pablo Hernandez, we've put up 1. He always seems to be a gold or thereabouts, and even though he's getting older, I still feel because of the team and all that kind of factor, and also bagged in form, he deserves a +1. Helder Costa, another one that goes up 1. He may go up +2. He was another player that, if memory serves, when he was at like Wolves, was like a gold. He's like there or thereabouts, as it were, so he may do enough to even go higher than 75. But I'd expect him to be a rare because they'll try and make Leeds quite expensive. If there's a lot of, say, like rare golds and rare silvers and so forth, they're going to try and maybe make this quite an expensive route to build, so keep that in mind. Bamford is most likely going to see a decent upgrade because of being like their top, like one of their top scorers, and also with them being promoted, so we went +3 on him. So I expect him to be like a discard gold in theory, but realistically you're going to have to stop it a little bit to get him in for the team. Harrison +3 to 74. I think it's like another like season loan or something, or if it's permanent, I'm not sure for Harrison. But regardless, he deserves at least to be 74, 75 rated for his stats. If Kiko Casilla is still part of the team for the new season, which I think they might struggle with, because I think they will try and kick him out, I suspect a downgrade just due to an number of reasons. He is a gold 75, so as I said, he'll go down 2 to 73. Barry Douglas, I've just kept as he is. I was kind of pondering to downgrade him, but it's kind of a tricky one. If he's fully fit, he's quite a solid left back, and also there is talk of him going to, say, Celtic. He may be at Celtic potentially by the time the video is up, you never know, but regardless, I feel that's where he will go stats wise. Berardi, don't really see any change happening for him, despite the team obviously getting promoted. As I say, a lot of it stems from like game time and so forth, and that's kind of the big reason for it. Roberts up 1, hasn't really done too much, but not enough to kind of say not merit an upgrade. I feel, if that makes sense, I feel he deserved to at least get a minor upgrade. Then Shackleton, just kept as he is, even though he's like now saying a permanent, I think it's like a 5-year deal or something, 4 or 5 year deal. Fair play him. Grot, if he's part of the team still, looking at info, seems to still be. He may not be by the time this, as we said, by the time the video goes live. If he is, then he will maybe stay about the same. Then somebody that's not seemed to be in the system is Bowie, but 65 rated for him. Whether that happens or not is a different matter, but yeah, that's kind of, not sure if he's like a new transfer or whatever. I've tried to like do a bit of digging on him, but yeah, that's kind of where I would say with that player. For sure, just another downgrade. Injury is obviously a big factor for him and so forth. That's kind of a big reason why he would probably experience downgrade. And like youngsters like Davis, Stevens and Bogats, these players, I don't really see them experiencing, say, like upgrades. They might just kind of stay as they are, but they may go up, they may not. So like all the youngsters, you're never quite sure about if they're going to be given like upgrades or turn to rare or whatever. And it's like you're like, and also you've got to factor in White. Is it Ben White? I think it is, that they're trying to get from Brighton. If he was to get into if he signs permanently, yes, he had a team of the season, but I don't think he would go gold. If I'm honest, I think he would go around 73, 74 rated. Yes, he had a very good season in the Championship, but I don't feel he's justifiable enough to go to a gold rating. Even if he was to stay at Brighton, I feel they'll just keep him as a silver. Like, he won't push to a gold. If he was to push to a gold, he'll be 75 rated, but as I said, I think he'll be at most 73, at push 74 rating. But with them also looking at like Ben Rama, Ollie Watkins and Wembo, they're trying to kind of like take the whole BMW front three, as it were. They would be like Ben Rama and Watkins are most likely going to go gold. So if transfers that happen to the team, like to improve like the front line and so forth, and especially for me, midfield and front line, they're going to be mostly covered with golds. It's kind of where Ailing, Alioski, do they become gold or not? That's kind of where you've got to factor. If they are gold, from a League SBC view, it's not too bad, and it'll be less arduous. But I feel with some hopefully smart business, you might be able to see them squeeze a full gold team out, and then it's not so expensive to do. But let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts and feelings are about Leeds. If I've kind of been harsh on them, as I said, I wouldn't be surprised if they will go higher, but you've got to be fair but honest at the same time why you're kind of going with what we are. So let me know in the comments down below, as I said. So links always up to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you all later.